Hello everyone, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, weather-wise, it's looking pretty good over most of the country, and you take one look at the satellite and you go, yeah, that's why. I've been showing these colors on the satellite for the last couple of days, the infrared satellite. So whenever you see the yellow, that's the higher, colder cloud tops, the more active part of the weather system. So you've got stuff streaming in there. You've also got, of course, one little feature going away to the east of the country, another little system there sliding away, and I've put the lines in too. These lines are the wind stream lines in the mid levels of the atmosphere, about 500 hectopascals. Why is that important? Well, it kind of shows the engine room of the weather that steers weather systems, and you see how the lines are going down like that and then up. That little V shape indicates to us what we call a big mountain of warm air in the atmosphere, or an upper level ridge. Though it's just chilled out, that's quiet, that's a bit like Mother Nature here, sticking out a couple of deck chairs and saying, I'm going to hang out for the day. And that's what our weather's going to do. This little system here isn't doing much, it's fading, but it will just work its way up the east coast. We have an onshore flow at the low levels, but as this goes by, it's just like squeezing the cloud a bit. So it might just squeeze out a few showers, a bit of drizzle, perhaps Gisborne today, but even going into tomorrow, places like Hawke's Bay and parts of the lower Northland. That's gone, don't worry about that. And then you've just got the whole ridge to build in, giving us pretty much quiet weather. There's one other little thing, just a weakish front here and a bit of upper level oomph to help squeeze out a few little spots of rain. Parts of fjord, and you can see this is the visible satellite. So that's like taking the photograph from space, say, yeet, right there you are, and that shows the actual cloud. So of course, it's a great start, again, with the flow coming onshore. Parts of Canterbury, to the far south, east of the Northland, and then a few little pockets of low clouds and fog burning away pretty quickly. This is our weak front, so that will lap into parts of Southland with a few showers, and as it just slides by, you might get more cloud to come in for the end of the day, parts of coastal Otago, Dunedin for instance. That may give you some morning drizzle for Friday. This stuff's going to burn back, and of course with the big chilled up Mother Nature high pressure ridge coming in, that means the weather's otherwise pretty quiet. You take a look at the map, the actual pressure map of the surface. There's high pressure, and there's little bits of things. Our weak little front, a few odd spots of rain with that Southland, and that will just slip by. Onshore flow, morning cloud to Canterbury, get rid of that, you're fine. West of the South Island, you're fine. And then much of the North Island, it's looking good. It's pretty much open the window, you go, wow, yeah, another day like that. So you can probably, as I say, have that backyard game of cricket with the kids or something else. At least the board games can sit aside for the time being. A few showers into Gisborne, and then as that little circle we saw, the upper level low slides by, it may squeeze out a few of those showers. Not so much, only really Gisborne today, but by Friday there's a surface trough, that little guy there, he'll slip in, and that might bring a slightly better chance for showers to eastern parts of the North Island. Expect some morning cloud like we've seen, for instance, a place like Wellington today. You may again see that for the lower North Island tomorrow. Further south tomorrow, it's what you see is what you get. You'll have a northeast flow, so you'll again have some low cloud to the east of the South Island. It may be thick enough for a bit of drizzle, maybe a place like Dunedin. But the high will then shift its way south and east, so we all go into this kind of east, northeast, northwest flow for the late parts of the weekend. That may give an easterly flick, perhaps on Saturday to northern and eastern areas, odd spot of rain with that, maybe Coromandel, Auckland, eastern Auckland to a Northland. Everest you're fine. We'll drag in more cloud eventually into the west coast to go in towards the first part of the weekend. So the weekend will be fine. You've got that high just with that flow. I'm pointing that out there, and you see how the isobars start to squeeze in. That's our next front that will track into the west of the country, probably for Sunday into Monday. That'll be some wet weather there, strengthening nor'wester, a warming spell of sorts. That will then open the door for Mother Nature to say, yeah, but it's autumn, guys. You kind of need some more active weather from the Southern Ocean, and that's when next week's weather will start to change, particularly from Wednesday onwards. Just putting it out there now, a bit of a heads up, because that things could become a bit more active in the form of some wind and some rain, particularly from Wednesday going into next weekend, the way it's looking now. But for now, we're good. We're good for the outdoors. That's your day. A few spots of rain from Fiordland to Southland. A bit more cloud creeps around the corner to parts of Otago. Any early cloud to much of the east coast burns back. A few showers to Gisborne. Everywhere else, look out the window. What you see is what you get for the day. And broadly similar for Friday. May just have a bit of drizzle to the far southeast to start the day. Maybe Dunedin, early cloud east coast. West coast of the South Island were fine. And then up the east of the North Island. Remember that little weak trough just flicking in? That could give perhaps a shower risk Places like Napier, Gisborne, but everywhere further west, much of the rest of the Northland, you are in fine shape. So that's how it's looking. There's going to be plenty of backyard cricket going on just to at least stretch your legs during the lockdown. But as I say, next week, particularly the second half of next week, we might see Mother Nature just sort of wave her hand and say, it's autumn, the Southern Ocean. We could see a bit more in the way of wind and rain work our way. That's it for now. Bye-bye.